Hey, Fun Rich Mamas, Mitch here, and today we are getting into the world of breast cancer. I have my dear friend here from Spain. Her name is Montse. She's visiting me. We've known each other since I was 14 and she was 15. She came over as a foreign exchange student one summer and we just clicked and we've stuck together ever since. Well, about 8 or 9 years ago, she discovered that she had breast cancer and her treatment is still ongoing. She's almost at the end. She had a pretty aggressive breast cancer. So I wanted to sit down with her today and I wanted to talk about what is it really like to, first of all, find out that you have it. Second of all, to be a mom during this time and what is that process like? And I'm telling you, I get into the nitty gritty questions. If I've wondered it, I asked her and I love her because she is just this open book and she just tells it like it is. So take a breath. You're probably going to want to sit down for this one. Although we still have a good time because you know what? Life, it's ups and downs and you can still laugh in between, right? So with that, let's get started. We're here. Finally. All right, everybody. So this is my friend Montse, who I was telling you about. She is visiting from Spain, from Valencia.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm so excited to have her here because, well, first of all, she's my friend. I've known her, like I was telling you in the intro, since I was 14. You were 15, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've known each other for a long time. And, you know, there was probably a gap of time where we really didn't get to see each other and we didn't talk to each other as much because, you know, it was before WhatsApp, before FaceTime. Like MySpace was the big thing. So I think we wrote maybe a couple letters to each other. And then all of a sudden the internet came and I started traveling more for work. So then we were really able to reconnect. But, it's been fun. So what I wanted to talk to her about today, though, is because this is something that I think a lot of women might have kind of in the back of their minds. I know I've thought about it before, especially, I don't know about you guys, but I was the queen of carrying my cell phone in my bra, you know, because I didn't want to carry a purse or anything like that. So I'd put my cell phone in my bra. And then you start hearing about all of these things about, hey, that will cause cancer. That's, you know, all of these things. And so stopped doing that, started carrying it in my back pocket. And then it was crazy. I had to stop doing it because I literally started getting a pain in my butt. I mean, I had a pain in my butt. And I realized when I took the phone out, it stopped. So anyway, Montse has actually gone through the experience of having breast cancer. In fact, she's still currently in treatment. And this happened when her kids were fairly young. So I wanted to find out, like, what is this whole process like? Because, you know, you hear stories, but you really don't know unless you've been there. So I thought that would be really cool to go through. So, like I said, Montse.
Hi.
Can you just start off by telling people, let's just dive right into it. First of all, what was it that what happened that you finally figured out, you know, something's going on, maybe I need to see the doctor. And I know we've talked a little bit about this before, but I had talked to Andrew about it, like, oh, I'm having a pain. He's like, well, it's probably not cancer because they call cancer the silent killer.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's what I wanted to find out. How did you figure out you have breast cancer?
Can I say first two things to the audience?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. First, I want to apologize for my English. I'm sorry. I will do my best, but my English is not as good as it used to be when I was young. And second, I want to tell you that all the cancers are not the same, and all the cancers doesn't need the same treatment. So my experience is not the same that another person is going to have.
Right.
So don't be worried about that.
Got it. Cool. Yeah. But nice disclaimer. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us the story.
Okay. That started in summer. I could feel something wrong in this book. I really didn't know what it was. I didn't I didn't think it was a tumor because I thought that a tumor was wrong, like a ball. And for me, it wasn't wrong. It was not like a ball. It was more like a finger. So I thought that something wrong was in it. But I thought, okay, I don't need to hurry up and call the doctor. Maybe I can wait and check how I feeling next month. Because women have different feelings around the month.
Sure, yeah.
So the next month, the feeling or the thing I was feeling, the finger I was feeling, was different. It was not like a ball. It was not like a finger. It was different, but my mind thought that something wrong was there. September came, and September was a very busy month for me. For work, for my kids, because in Spain, schools start in September. So I wait one more month. So in October, I call the doctor and I go to the appointment. He was not sure about what was going on, and he wanted me to do an how do you say, ecography? Ecography?
An EKG? EKG, or like probably a sonogram.
Okay.
Like on the breast, a sonogram? Yeah.
So I went to do it. And when I had the result, he didn't saw the cancer, but he told me, okay, I can't see anything, but it can be good to make an appointment to the
oncologist, the cancer doctor. Yeah, oncologist.
To the oncologist. So I had an appointment with an oncologist doctor, and when she saw that, she right away knew I had a cancer. So my husband and me were shocked in that moment.
And he was with you at the appointment? You weren't alone?
Yeah. He was with me. Actually, she said that something wrong was there. She didn't use the cancer word. And I was the one that asked her. I asked her, is that a cancer? And she said, yeah, it looks like. So you will need to do more tests and check if the cancer is just here, or we can find the cancer in other part of your body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That must have felt, I can only imagine sitting there and someone says that, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I think about these things, like play little scenarios in my mind, right? Like, what would I do? And I guess, did it feel unreal? Kind of like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Or did it feel like a ton of bricks or
no, it feels like unreal. It feels like you are watching a movie and it's not your movie.
Wait a second. Rewind.
Yeah. So I had to do several tests. So I was like living in hospital for 1 or 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. At home, anybody knew anything about that, because we wanted to know what was really going on before telling to our kids or to the rest of the family. Yeah. So we had to wait 2 weeks or something like that.
So 2 weeks, the only person you have to talk to about this is Tony, your husband.
Yeah, my husband.
I had to be killing you. I can only imagine, right?
Yeah, it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard. And of course, if I was with my parents, with my sister, with my kids, I had to look like happy.
Sure.
See? It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after those weeks, we went back to the doctor, and the doctor said that I was lucky because my cancer was just in this boob and here in the ganglions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right under in your armpit
Yeah,
area.
yeah. So I didn't have any cancer around my body. I was worried about if I was going to be alive or if I was going to die.
Yeah.
Because if I was going to die, I was going to do something different that if I was going to live. To live. To live, yeah, to live. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And she said, "Okay, you are going to live." So I said, "Okay, go ahead. What do I have to do?"
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I can't even imagine. I love that. Like, it was like a movie that wasn't my own. Yeah, let's rewind and rewrite the script. I just, in that time where you're having the 2 weeks and you're getting all of the tests and you're wondering, am I going to live? Am I going to die? Like, what were the things? Were you kind of stuck in that, or was life busy enough that you would only think of it sometimes? And then what was the difference for you? Okay, they tell me I'm going to die, I do this. Or they tell me I'm going to live, I do this. And then was there also a part of you that was, if they tell me I'm going to die, I'm going to do everything I can to live? Or what was that like? Okay.
I'm always busy.
Yeah.
I'm a busy person.
Right.
Always doing things.
Sure.
So in those 2 weeks, I were busier because I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
See? So I really didn't think about it as much. Maybe at night when I was sitting down with my husband watching the TV.
Sure.
That was the moment where we thought about it. Don't talk about that too much. But it was there.
Yeah.
Of course. And I thought, if I'm going to die, I want to have a big trip.
Oh, yeah.
The four of us. And go somewhere and be traveling with my husband and my kids. If I'm going to be alive, I just have to do what doctors want me to do. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was there any part of you that like thought, I will not accept a death sentence, so to speak?
Oh, I really didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have my last part of my life being with my kids and my husband.
Yeah. So now you know you've got everything's been diagnosed. You're good. You're down to just your breast, and you have the firm results. So how did you end up sharing that with your family?
Okay. We knew what I was having, so I went to my parents' house and I told them. They were shocked about the news.
Yeah.
But I told them that I was going to live after the treatment. So everything was going to be okay. Later, I went to tell the same to my kids. My kids in that moment were playing.
And how old were they?
Oh, Nerea was 12.
Okay.
And Oliver was 3 years old. 3 years younger, sorry.
So about 9.
So, about 9. They were playing. Nerea stopped playing. Her face was like this. No movement, no showing emotions. And Oliver keep playing.
Like, did you hear?
But he was hearing me.
Yeah.
I can't tell that.
Yeah.
So I told them that it was good and it was okay if they wanted to cry or to be sad or whatever they wanted to do. It was good to show their emotions.
Sure.
But Oliver is still praying, and Nitty stay like this.
You're like, hug?
No hugs in that moment. So I say, okay, let's go ready for dinner. I went to my bathroom, and like a minute later, Oliver came and gave me a big hug.
A big hug, yeah.
Yeah, a big hug. He started crying. Yeah, I started crying. I started crying. And then it came.
And then she starts crying.
Yeah. A beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard, but it was beautiful.
I know. I'm getting teary just like imagining this moment. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was hard.
And then how soon after your diagnosis and all of the testing did they start treatment?
Oh, right away, because my cancer was so bad. So when they finished to testing me, I think it was 1 week.
1 week, okay.
Yeah.
And what did that what was it? Like what did your daily routine become now that you're in treatment? Okay.
The first part was the chemotherapy. I think it was 4 seasons of chemotherapy. It's 21 days.
Okay.
I think it was.
So wait, 4 sessions that were 21 days each?
No. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I had 1 season, and then I had to wait 21 days.
Oh, okay.
Have another season.
Okay.
Wait 21 days, another season, and that were 4.
Every 21 days, you would have a session. And there were 4 total treatments.
Yeah, that's it. And after that, I had, I can't remember how many were. I think it was 12 seasons each week.
Oh, and then after that, 12 sessions per week. Or one, for 12 weeks, you had 1 session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, so with the chemotherapy, can you explain that for people? Is it you're taking pills, you're doing like a blood draw or something?
Yeah.
What exactly is chemotherapy?
Okay. You go to the hospital and they put you several drops with different medicines.
Okay.
I thought it was just like a drop. You put it, they put it in.
Like give you like an injection?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. But no. You have to stay there for almost a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes a long time. Yeah. Because they put different medicines in it.
And then are you also taking medicine at home?
No.
Or is it just
no. Just there.
Okay.
Just there. Just at the hospital. The first part was faster than the second part because my body used to have a reaction with the second part of the chemotherapies, the ones I have every week.
Okay.
So the doctors had to be oh my God. Oh.
Okay.
The doctors had to check out if I was okay.
Yeah.
In every moment.
And then what would happen throughout your therapy? What were the physical effects for you?
The first effect was that I arrived home. And when I arrived home, 4 hours later, I start throwing up. So bad. Oh my God. I could be throwing up for the whole night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And would that just last for about 24 hours after the treatment, or would it continue?
No, like 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I was so tired.
Yeah.
Really, really tired.
So were you still working at this time?
No.
Or are you taking time off of work? And
I had to give up working.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be possible for me to keep working. And the doctor said, no, it's going to be impossible. And I thought,
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'm a mom.
But she was right.
Yeah. They've done this once or twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and then how was it to have the kids at home? Well, I mean, I know they go to school during the day, but otherwise, what was it like to be a mom during this time?
Oh, it was so hard because it was so difficult to keep my life going on like it was before.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky because my husband was there.
Yeah.
So he had to learn how to be a mommy.
He had to learn how to be a mommy. Right. Yeah. So, just becoming, instead of mom, now they have to learn how to say dad. Like, I thought my name was Tony, not Dad.
Yeah. He was crazy about that.
Her dog too.
Yeah. He told me one day, saying that forever. The whole day is that. And I say, okay.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, that's my life.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So now, would you mainly just kind of stay in bed? Would you be up and about?
Okay, after the chemotherapy, I had 3 really bad days, and that was impossible for me to go out for anything.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I started recovering, and it was a progression.
A progression,
yeah. But I decided that I had to be okay. Not just for me, for my family too. So I decided that I had to put my makeup on and go to the street. I didn't care if it was for buying some grocery or just for taking a coffee, meeting friends.
You were going to get out.
Yeah.
You weren't going to be stuck at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably a really good attitude to have. And then did you lose weight? Did you lose your hair? What was that like?
I lost my hair, and I decided to buy I don't know in English, peluca?
A wig?
A wig.
Yeah.
A wig. And I was wearing the wig when I was at the street. I was out of my house. But at home, I could be wearing the wig or just un pañuelo?
Like a scarf.
Yeah, like a scarf.
Yeah. And then did your hair come out like in chunks? Or no, you told me you shaved it all off first, right?
Yeah, before.
You just said, I'm not going to go through this pieces. I'm just going to do it all.
Yeah.
And did you lose your eyebrows?
Yeah, at the end of the treatment.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it like looking in the mirror?
It was so weird because I saw my face, but it was not my face.
Yeah.
So I could see the difference between that face and the face I had before. And your skin also changed.
Oh, yeah.
It's so dry and it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how long did it take for your hair to grow back after the chemotherapy?
Oh, I remember, I think the last one I had was in April. 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months and it started growing in?
Yeah.
And did your skin do the same thing about 3 or 4 months and then it started to feel more normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was the hardest part for you going through that whole process?
The whole process or the chemotherapy process?
I think maybe during the chemotherapy process. What was it for you that was it not being able to help with the kids and do the things you did all the time?
Yeah.
Was it your body breaking down? I mean, what was it for you that it was like, this is the one I need to push through today? Or
the 3 days after, the week after the chemotherapy was so hard because I was feeling sick. When you have a cancer, you don't feel sick. You start feeling sick when you start with your therapy.
Yeah.
So that's so weird, but it's like that.
Yeah.
And the first week after the chemotherapy, it was so hard.
Yeah.
And then feeling sick don't let you be the person that you used to be.
Mm.
So having kids and feeling sick every day, 24 hours, is hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And especially, they're used to coming to you and, going out or playing. That had to be hard to not be able to fill that role and watch Tony doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then after chemotherapy, you had both breasts removed, right? Or was that during? When did they do that? Okay.
After. Mm-hmm.
So what happened? They're just, okay, the chemotherapy only got so far, so we still need to remove your breasts? Or is that just an automatic, you have breast cancer, we're removing your breasts?
They knew they had to remove it.
They did, okay.
Yeah. And they took off also my ovaries.
Oh, and your ovaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Did you mourn the loss of having your own boobs at all? I can't, it's like, that's kind of such a part of your body that you're used to. And so now I'm going to take these away. Was there fear around it or nervousness, or what was that like for you?
I didn't have problem with that. I didn't have problem with my hair either. I knew that was one of the part of the treatment I had to go through to be alive.
Okay.
So for me, it was okay.
There you go. I love that attitude for her. I mean, yeah, that's amazing, because I'm sure I would have been like, my boobs. They drive me nuts half the time, but they're still mine.
I didn't have that feeling. I just thought, okay, I will have new boobs.
There you go. Yeah. She sent me a picture. It's so cute. They named him Millie and Pilly.
Yeah.
Like, she was, had a little shirt, and it was like a little low cut, so you could see. She's like, Millie and Pilly. Yeah, I love that. Okay, she named them. And then, so that wasn't the only surgery that you had, right?
No.
So tell me about that.
Okay. They put me silicone implants, but my body didn't like that silicone implants. So several years later, they had to remove it. And that was last year, I guess. Yeah, last year. They had to make a natural boob of my.
So they had to use some sort of body fat or whatnot to make a boob instead of implanting something.
Yeah. They have to remove that silicone implant, and they made one of my own body.
Where did they pull from?
From here.
From your thighs?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all natural.
Yeah, now it's natural.
Smaller,
but natural.
But it works.
Yeah, it works.
So, and then I had this question. I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys are thinking it, because I thought it too. But usually, I've met people before who have had their breasts removed and they lost their nipples. And you said that at first wasn't the case for you, but then can you tell me about that?
Yeah. In the first surgery, they keep it. But after the surgery, I had the radiotherapy. And the radiotherapy burned my skin.
Burned the skin.
Yeah. So at the second surgery, they had to take it off.
Okay. And so when you say burned the skin, it didn't look like bubbles and scars.
No.
That the skin was just dying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And so then you told me that they took a piece of skin from your thigh and kind of popped it right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Did that take adjusting to get used to as well? Like looking in the mirror and be like, oh where'd they go?
No, because once more, I think that it was unnecessary for myself.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah. I love her attitude.
I'm looking for a draw to make a tattoo.
Oh, a drawing to make a tattoo there. Yeah. I like that. And then So you are still in the process.
Yeah.
Your first treatment was 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Is what you said. And then after 5 years, what happened where they said, okay, no, we need to keep you in treatment longer?
Well, first I have the chemotherapy, then I had the surgery, and after that I had the radiotherapy.
Okay. And radiotherapy, is that like what is that?
Radiotherapy is something weird because you don't feel anything. You just have to lay down, and there's a machine that is focused where you had the tumor, and you are just laying down there. You can feel that you are becoming tired day after day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And were you doing radiotherapy every day?
Yeah, every day. Every day. And I had just off the weekend.
Okay.
So I had therapy from Monday to Friday.
Okay. And how long did that were you laying there?
How long? Oh, I really don't know. I don't know if it was for minutes or half an hour. Okay. I don't know. I just was there. Sitting down.
And then how long were they doing that for? How many weeks were you in radiotherapy?
I thought it was longer than a month.
Okay. And then after the radiotherapy, what happens then?
Okay. After my therapy, my radiotherapy, I started with my hormone therapy.
Okay.
And for me, that's the worst.
And why is that?
I'm having a pill every day. It's like this size, nothing.
Yeah.
But it's horrible for me because I feel tired every day. My body feels bad. My memory is off. My mind is terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
And did the doctors let you know that might be a possible effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do they say why?
It's a secondary effect.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. And I became to be a man.
Oh.
Yeah, because women are able to do several things at the same time.
Multitasking, yes.
Yeah. Multitasking. And now it's impossible for me.
It's one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I become to be a man.
Okay. So now you have gone through chemotherapy, you've gone through surgery, you've gone through radiotherapy, you're on hormone treatment, you lost your boobs, you got your boobs back. You lost them again, you got them back. You no longer are a woman, but you are. But you feel like you don't have the abilities that you used to have previous.
Yeah.
And now, after the radiotherapy and all of that, how has life changed for you? And do you feel like you are back on track to who you were?
No.
And I know you're still on a treatment. So why are you still on a treatment now?
Why? Because my cancer was so aggressive.
Okay.
So doctors usually give you 5 years of hormone therapy.
Okay.
But when I finished my 5 years, they gave me another treatment for 5 more years.
Okay.
So.
And you're on the 3rd year of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say, has life returned fairly back to normal? Has it not?
No, because my body is not the same.
Yeah.
I'm always tired and my body pains. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is your body ache all over because of the hormones, or is it primarily kind of in your chest and arm area?
Because of everything.
Everything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the hormone therapy.
Yeah.
So once you're done with the hormone therapy this time, what do they expect to happen for you? Should the pain go away? Should you feel the energy again?
Okay. Doctors said that I'm not going to be the same person because I was very young when I started with my treatment. So all the secondary effects that are in my body, they are going to still be there. So maybe I'm going to be better, but not as good as I used to be before.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They don't know.
Kind of like me in my 40s.
Oh.
No, obviously much different. But so of this whole journey, what would you say was the mindset that would help you get through on the hard days? And what were the things that would get to you the most that you felt like maybe, on certain days you just have probably like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this.
No, I didn't. I never thought. No, I never thought about that.
You never thought about that?
No.
Okay.
No, I knew I had to live. I knew I was living.
Yeah.
So.
And then but on those days when you're just throwing up and you're tired, was it just, this is just part of it?
I was focused in living. I had to be alive.
Yeah.
So I was focused in that.
Anything in particular? Like, I'm going to take a trip.
Well,
I'm going to be here for this.
I had to be alive because I had kids.
Yeah.
And because I didn't want to leave my husband alone with those kids. So.
And how would you say that the kids throughout your progression, because that's a long time.
Yeah.
And especially, 9 and 12, a little bit older, but also young.
Yeah.
And learning it as they go, but then it becomes just a part of life for them, right?
Yeah.
So do they, I don't know what the question is. I guess, do you feel like your kids had changed in the way they would treat you at all? Or do you feel like they pretty much like had a moment where it was scary for them, but then life got back to normal?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. At the beginning, they were scared. Of course, they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
But I know they were scared. But when I started having a normal life, I suppose that they realized that their life had to be normal too.
Yeah.
So
it just keeps going on.
Yeah.
You just have a new normal.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there that is maybe just found out that they have breast cancer or something along those lines, what, for their friends and family, what would you tell their friends and family, or at least for you, what was the best way they could support you?
Being there.
Being there?
Yeah, being there. Going out to have a coffee or dinner or whatever. Helping you to have a normal life.
Yeah.
And if one day you are in that situation, it will help a lot to buy food to the person.
Like fixed meals.
Yeah, fixed meals and help the person cleaning the house.
Right?
Yeah.
And how hard is that? As I can only imagine for you too, because you're such a do-it-yourself woman. I get that.
Yeah.
And so many of us as moms, we are. And the idea of asking someone to come and, can you help me out and clean my house? And it's not someone you're paying for.
Hard. Yeah.
That has to be hard.
That's hard. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to understand that's what you need.
Yeah.
And especially because I imagine the last thing you want to do is go around your house feeling bad and you're like, oh, it's a mess. I really want to clean my toilet, but I can't. And like...
I'm going to the supermarket. Supermarket was the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was impossible for me to go in the supermarket. I arrived to the where the supermarket is, and I had to go back home
because it was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Woo, Shooky. Okay, so now you've kind of gone through it. You're almost at the end. We've got a pretty good prognosis.
Yeah.
You've got this bright smile. What is the thing that you are looking forward to most in being done with this? Is it just getting off those hormones, or is it just knowing that you're done, or do you ever feel done?
Getting out of my hormones treatment. That's what I really want. And later, let's see what's happening with my body. I hope don't be as tired as I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Yeah,
I have to wait.
Yeah,
and see what's happened.
Well, and then you became productive as well during the time you went and started studying nutrition, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And was that motivated because you had breast cancer and the changes in your body?
I like it. I was interested in it forever, I think. But I had to give up working. Mm-hmm. So I needed to do something different. And I decided to study.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And now you're a wealth of information.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, first of all, for being my friend. I love this woman.
I love you.
And then thank you for being so open, because, you have an idea, what you see in movies or you hear from people or whatever of what it's like. But like, to get into the nitty gritty and the details, and let me ask you, okay, do you have a nipple or not? And to be open and to just share what that process was like. I've always been curious, like, what is it really like to go through that? And, what is that process? And, I kind of knew what chemotherapy is, but I didn't know what chemotherapy is, right? I'm like, is it a pill that you take? That is, So thank you for being so open. And I'm sure that a lot of people that are going to listen to this are going to have some eye-opening experiences and either maybe take their health a little more serious when they feel something.
Please do that.
Because I know that we have a tendency to find something, hurt something, and we brush it off. Yeah. It's like, it'll go away, or I'm too busy, or, just like you were, you put off your treatment for 2-3 months. Yeah. Because you're like, well, I'll just check it later. Yeah. And so hopefully this have inspired some people to say, you know what, maybe I should go and check this out, and that your self-care is a priority. Yeah, so, it is. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh. I have to think of a joke really quick. I didn't think of okay. It is absolutely not related to what we're saying here, but I read it the other day and it was kind of funny. Okay. We'll see if you get it. What did the mommy bullet say to the daddy bullet? We're having a baby. You get that? All right. That was my cheesy joke for today. So to all of you out there that are listening, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, I hope that you got lots of information out of this that you can utilize, or at least maybe you have a friend that is in need and you can understand their journey a little bit more. So thank you for being here. Otherwise, I will see you next Tuesday. Go out, make it fun, make it rich, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.